report that young people are not having as much sex as they used to. And is this an indication that we are in the grips of a sex recession?
OK. Was there a sex boom? Because nobody saw.
Well, there you go. Now, lots of reasons were cited for this down... I was going to say size, but drop in activity, sexual activity. I personally think it's down to media overload, to be honest with you. There's far too much, Tinder, Snapchat. There's just far too many distractions, and young people, I don't think, are allowing themselves the time to be intimate. And I also think that they've actually lost the skill on how to communicate on a very deep, loving, personal level.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think they've learned. So I think there's a lot of fear around it for them. That is my opinion.
They did say in this report that these kids are quite anxious about the idea of going out and meeting people.
Really,
because it's,
really anxious. And I think that's where we have kind of we're bringing up a generation now that have lacked that skill, because we don't let them go out and play as youngsters anymore. We don't let them develop and go out on adventures because we're neurotic about that something might happen to them. They might come to some harm. So a lot of their entertainment is centred around PlayStations, all computerised, nothing to do with sitting around the table and having chats.
Brenda, you agree?
Face-to-face communication. Yeah. But I also think an element of it, another factor in what you're talking about, Eilish, is the porn, the accessibility of porn.
Absolutely.
And it must be making them anxious, when they see these perfect bodies and these, staggering performances, and they think, I'm never going to be able to live up to that, maybe I'll just stay at home. And
stay at home, exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe for some, it takes the edge off their appetite anyway, you know what I mean? Because they're watching porn.
I love how you put that so delicately.
Do you like that?
Steve, the thing is, I wonder, you were probably roughly the same vintage as me. Young people, it's not like we were all having loads of sex back in the day anyway.
No, I was just thinking there, growing up in the west of Ireland, in the early 80s, late 70s, I just wish I'd had Tinder then.
Really? Do you think it would have made a difference?
To me, yeah. I just remember, you going to the dances, in the ballrooms in Lahinch and Milltown Malbay and places like that, and just being totally sort of, no confidence, walking around the hall, the girls over there. I mean, it just sounds like it was 100 years ago, but, that's the way it was.
Yeah.
And also, the girls were really well covered up as well. The style at the time were big, huge jumpers down to their knees.
Yeah, the chunky jumpers.
A pair of leggings or jeans or something like that, and then a pair of docks. Yeah. I mean, you'd no idea what shape
you had your work cut out for you in those days.
So